and
Sure.
participated. So I'm gonna hit record and we'll get going. Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome to our call tonight. We are super excited to have Mr. Eric Johnson, creator and operator, and I don't know all the technical terms of Team. And I know that we've got a lot of fans that are on and a lot of people who are
You should hit submit.
curious. Can Eric, I don't know if I can do it. Can you mute everybody?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And if you're calling in on a phone, which I don't think anybody is, but if
There you go.
okay, cool, much better, thank you. So really excited to have him on tonight. We're really excited to hear all about it. And for those of us who have already, started picking through it, I know I asked him a few of your questions already. And for those of us who aren't, after he goes through it, and I don't know if this is something that you include, Eric, but I do want to challenge all of us not to just sit here and take in this information, but to actually set ourselves up with some type of challenge when we finish, that we're actually going to implement this. So that way we're not just sitting on a bunch more information, because that does nobody any good. So, once we're winding up the call, we'll see if, whoever hasn't already tested it out and done the 30-day trial, we'll, set up a group and go through that together, a message thread or something. And that's about it, but welcome. I won't take up any more of his time. Take it away, Eric.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here. My name is Eric Johnson. I am the creator of Teamzy, and here's what I'm going to do with you guys tonight. I'm going to take you through a training on, relationship marketing, the philosophy and system that Teamzy's built on. Okay, so you really understand what it's designed to do and how it's going to really help you leverage your time and really connect at a deeper level with people. Then I'll take you into the app. We'll do a quick setup. I'll show you how to set it up the right way. And then we'll do a power hour together. Well, we'll do a whole power hour, but I'll show you how to do it. And your power hours are going to be ridiculously awesome after this. And then I want to show you guys how to follow up like a pro. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it with Teamzy, and I'm going to kind of teach you how to do it too, because I think that's something that so many of us really struggle with. And then after that, we'll do a Q&A. So I'm going to go really fast as I can. It'll still seem like I'm talking forever. Get your notepads out. I'm going to drop a lot of nuggets on you guys. Honestly, I'm going to go through a presentation. I could spend an hour on every single slide. I'm going to spend like 25 seconds. So just know there's more to this than what I'm going to give you, but I'm going to hopefully just give you guys so much tonight that you're going to have enough, like Aimee said, you can go implement tomorrow and make an impact in your business. All right, so let me take this over here. Hold on one second. This is my first time ever doing this. No, just kidding. Here we go. All right, so you guys should be seeing my presentation now. How to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. All right, so let me just dig through this. First, just a little bit about myself, my backstory. My actual professional background is in coaching. I've been a professional business coach for about 15 years. And then I served as an executive for one of the largest coaching companies in the real estate industry as well. So this is kind of my background, is teaching what I'm going to teach you guys tonight. My story when I became a Beachbody coach was that I was constantly traveling around going to these real estate seminars and just got really unhealthy, put on a ton of weight. So I did P90X and lost 60 pounds and ended up becoming a coach. Was really excited to share it with other people. But like you guys, I mean, probably like a lot of you guys, I had a full-time job, career, lots of kids, a couple of large 100-pound dogs. I mean, there just wasn't any time in the day to really work on this. But I had put aside an hour a day, like 60 minutes a day, just to kind of work on this thing and see what I could do with it. So as a business coach, I knew that I had to leverage that time. It needed to be efficient if I was going to actually make any headway with it. So the first thing I did was I went to look for the tools, the tools that help you do that for Beachbody coaches. And obviously I didn't really find anything. That's why Teamzy exists. Okay, that's why Teamzy exists. But what I did find was that the coaches who were really successful were using tools. But typically they use 6, 7, 8, 9 different tools. And they weren't loyal to any of them because they hadn't found the mix they liked. And honestly, it's kind of overwhelming as a new coach trying to duplicate what somebody's doing when they're sharing like, oh, I use these 7 apps. It gets overwhelming. So that's how Teamzy was born. I'll show you guys how easy it is to use as we go. But let's jump back into relationship marketing. What is relationship marketing? I gotta take a breath. I'm too excited. Okay. Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. Okay, the reason I took a minute to define that is because you hear people talking about lead generation, lead gen all the time, and you don't really know what the heck it means. The reason why I'm talking to you guys about it is this. Some of you think that you're here to see a new tracking app. And tracking is an important part of building your business, but tracking is like a history book. We are going to write history, not just keep track of it. Does that make sense? So we need a tool that helps us generate leads, not just track it. That's what Teamzy is, and that's what relationship marketing is. They're lead generation systems. And I need you guys to get a mindset shift right now at the beginning of our call that your business is not marketing home fitness programs. Your business is not marketing healthy supplements. You guys are in the lead generation business. This is your business, generating leads. This is what you do, okay? Because if you don't have an opportunity to help. You don't have an opportunity to change lives. First, you have to generate the leads, and you have to do it every day. This is what your business is, okay? So at the end of the day, when you look at your business, what did you do today? It does not matter how busy you were. If you didn't do your lead generation work, you did not work on your business today. Okay, and I don't mean to beat you guys on that, but that is an important mindset shift for you because you are business owners. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is the next important principle, which is developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty. That's the paramount duty of a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships. So we generate leads so that we can develop and deepen relationships. The exciting thing about this is this. If you focus on doing those two things, meeting new people, right, generating leads so that you can develop and deepen relationships, and that's the focus of your business is going to be successful, period. Because it's all about the quality of the relationships that you're building, okay? And then what we want to do with relationships, and I'll show you how the system is designed to do this, is we're going to turn people into advocates. We're going to turn them into advocates over time by investing time in providing outstanding service. And an advocate is somebody who is out actively bringing new people to your business. They're walking, talking billboards for you. Every single one of you guys is an advocate for half a dozen different companies or businesses or products. You can't help yourself. We are designed to be advocates. As soon as you're excited about something, you advocate it. You do it for free. And we're going to teach you how to turn your relationships into advocates for your business. Okay? All right, so next important principle. I told you I was going to go through these fast. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. I love this principle. Do you know why? Because bad guys do not win in this game. Now, there's a lot of people in sales and in network marketing who've given it a bad name. They are not doing trust-based relationship marketing, right? They're doing transactionally based sales. Find them, fleece them, and forget them. The cool thing about this is there's a bunch of fun things about trust, but the first one is that trust actually makes the work fun. Makes it fun because when people trust you, even just a little bit, you don't have to convince them of anything. You can get right to helping them. It's just way more fun to work with them. Also, that whole icky salesperson feeling, how many of you guys are concerned about coming across as the icky salesperson? Well, when there's a little bit of trust, not only do you never feel that way, but the person you're talking to never feels that way about you. And my favorite reason is that you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. Now, what's so amazing about this, guys, is I was talking to somebody today who told me their business was at a standstill because they've gone through their warm market. Have you guys heard that before? Okay. Do you guys believe that's possible? Okay, because for some of you who are thinking it is, I'm calling BS on that. First of all, there's no such thing as going through your warm market. And I'll tell you why. Now, it is possible, depending on your approach, that you could have burned bridges with people that you were close to. What I'm going to show you guys today is how to go for yes. What I mean is when you spend time trying to just build some trust, instead of burning bridges, you're building bridges constantly, building bridges everywhere. You may not get a yes today, but you certainly are not leaving anybody behind with a no, if that makes sense. Okay. So how do you actually go about building trust? There's actually a system to this, and it's pretty simple. Okay, there's 4 essential ingredients to building trust. 4 essential ingredients to build trust. Those of you guys who are fast talkers, try to say essential ingredients fast. That's a hard one. All right. The first one is chemistry. I'm going to go through the 4 things quickly, and then I'll break them down for you guys. The first is chemistry. Then character. Character. The third is competence. Competence. And the 4th is consistency. Consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right. So let's go through these real quick. The first, chemistry, is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? It's where you have common ground with someone. Now, the thing about chemistry that is amazing is obviously you need to create chemistry with somebody before you can start building trust. You guys are way ahead of the game because you're already working on attracting people like you through your social media networks and things like that. So you're already finding people with some chemistry, some common ground already. But I want you guys to keep in mind, because we get so caught up in our niche marketing, right? You guys have a niche defined, like this is my niche. And then another thing I hear people say is, well, I've been attracting people outside my niche. Great. So figure out where you have common ground with them. Why are you upset about attracting people to your business? Are you kidding me? You only can take people in your niche? No, every person has common ground with every other person. You just do, this is what I tell my kids. God give you 1 mouth and 2 ears. Ask a question and listen. Figure out where you have common ground with someone. They don't have to be in your niche. The cool thing is everybody that comes to you that's in your niche comes with their entire sphere of influence intact. You need to be able to reach out to everybody. Okay, 2, character. Character. Oh, this is going to be a good talk tonight. I'm extra excited. I don't know what's going on here, so look out, you guys. I may go off on a few passion tangents. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. I really want you guys to hone in on this. Character is not something you have, it's something you do. Okay? Kind of like anybody who's having trouble with that concept, it's like love. Love's not an emotion you feel, love is something you do. So is character. And for anyone that's wired like me, where you can get easily offended if somebody questions your integrity, anyone like that? You don't have to admit to it. I know you all are like that. Bunch of control freaks, right? But here's the thing. They should question our integrity. Why? I mean, if we're not demonstrating our character to them on a daily basis, why would they know what our character's like? Okay, so real simple, guys. When you're communicating with people in person, on social media, in a private message, are you communicating about you or are you communicating about your level of care for them? That's the easy filter, okay? And if you're talking about you, you're not demonstrating character. You're just being annoying. Okay. The third is competence. Competence. Competence is when you demonstrate that you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate that you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Normally, you don't have to add that you are a business person to this definition, but I think in network marketing, a lot of times people are skeptical that we're good business people. So it's important for us to demonstrate that. Does that make sense? So what I mean by competence specifically in our example is this. Can I trust you to help me with my health and fitness goals? Can I trust you to mentor me in this business? That's the kind of competence I need you to demonstrate to me. Now, what's cool about this is even if you're a brand new coach, because of the way this community is and the support of your team and your upline, you don't even have to be competent in order to demonstrate it because you can demonstrate the competence of your team. Okay, you can demonstrate the competence of your team. All right, so here's one thing before I jump over to the next screen, because I definitely am going to go deep on consistency because it's probably my favorite thing to talk about because I have a love-hate relationship with consistency like the rest of you. I just need to leave you with this principle. Okay, and when you see this principle, you are going to know exactly where I got the content for this slide. But this is an important principle. People only care about 3 things. And this is when it comes to doing business with you. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Okay, can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? If you guys read enough personal development books, you're going to find that all of my stuff sounds so familiar. That's because principles are universal, guys. And I'm not going to claim that I made up any of this stuff. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you about this important principle before I move on to the next slide. If you are coming up against objections in your business, by the way, probably everyone is. right? It's normal. But any objection you receive, whether it's about the ingredients, whether it's about the cost, whether it's about whatever, all objections stem from these 3 questions. In their heart of hearts, the person that you are working with does not have these questions answered by you yet. Now, I'm not telling you this to say, oh my gosh, this person objected on price, so what am I not doing right? They don't trust me. It doesn't mean you're not doing anything right. It just means that you have more time to work on that relationship. Over time, you will develop that relationship and deepen it. When somebody actually can feel good about all these questions, they don't object to anything. That's when you get those people, you guys have had them, that are like, I'm coachable. Tell me what to do. I'm in. Help me. Right? So it's pretty awesome. But it's important to know this kind of stuff. Now, you still need to be educated, be an expert, be able to overcome objections. But as you're overcoming objections, your thought should be, I really need to work on this relationship a little bit. I need to invest a little bit into this relationship. Okay, let's talk about number 4, consistency. Consistency. Okay, here's your principle. We'll start right off with this. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. Anybody who was around with Teamzy like in June, and you guys got the Teamzy tank top, you got a little postcard that has that on it. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. Here's the thing, guys. This principle is so huge. I'm going to go into it a little bit, but I mean, probably without even me explaining it, you guys already get it. I lifted this directly from one of my favorite books. It's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion, which I'll put on the screen for you because I highly recommend you guys add this to your personal development list. This book talks about the 6 laws of social persuasion. And this is 100% everything in this book you can apply directly to what you guys are doing on a daily basis. One of the things that, even though it's a psychology book, it actually reads fairly easy. One of the things that they talk about in this book is that the desire to be consistent is one of the primary motivating factors for all people. Isn't that crazy? The desire to be consistent is one of the primary motivating factors for all people. Okay, so when we were teenagers, they called it peer pressure, right? We wanted to be consistent, and it was the primary motivating factor, right? Guess what? They don't have a word for it when you're an adult. The desire to be consistent, I guess, but it's still there, 100%. It's still there. And guys, when you look at people that succeed and fail in your challenge groups, they fail and they succeed based on their desire to be consistent. People are staying consistent to their group of friends and family who are totally unhealthy, and they're unable to break free, and they fail, right? Or their habits that are bad, they can't break free from. And then the people who succeed, they're able to connect to the community you're creating in your group. They're able to connect to better habits, and they're able to kind of, every once in a while, break free. And guess what? The only people who really succeed are the ones who become coaches, right? And what do we have? We have a totally new community, product of the product community. It's awesome. This is why we're able to be successful and healthy. Okay, so that's a little aside. Let me talk about what this means for your business. How many of you guys have ever been told that you are inspiring? You guys heard that before? You're inspiring. You inspire me. Your posts are so inspiring. Have you thought about, I mean, I know you're trying to be inspiring, so good job. But have you thought about why is it that I'm really inspiring? You know, what is it about me? Is it because you guys have attained physical perfection? You're like a perfect specimen. Like you put up your before and after picture and everyone's just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's probably true for some of you. It's definitely not me. I mean, but here's the thing. The reason why people are inspired by you is because they see you being consistent, doing small things they see as difficult. They see you working out. And you guys put those posts up. I did not feel like working out today, but I did anyways. They're like, wow, that's inspiring. Because you know what? They didn't. You're inspiring people because they respect your consistency and they desire it for themselves. In fact, that kind of sounds like inspiration, doesn't it? Respecting something and desiring it for yourself. So it's really important for you guys to understand how vital being consistent is to your business. Okay, and that's why we ask these questions like, are you consistent? Are you a product of the product? How many times have you been asked this? Are you? Why do you think this is important? This is important because You're a product of the product, and you're going to attract other people to become products of the product. That is the whole point. Are you doing your workouts? Are you drinking your Shakeology? Are you actually committed to healthy living? Are you doing your personal development? Okay. One little thing on the personal development. How many of you guys mean to do your personal development, but don't really do it that often? How many of you guys bought You Are a Badass and got like 35 pages into it? Anyone? Okay, here's the thing, guys. Seriously, I'm not browbeating you. I do the same thing. I buy books. I buy 25 books and they sit there for a year before I go into a reading spree. But you got to do it. Personal development is everything in this business, everything in life. Okay? You guys are sold on the idea that nutrition is everything to your health, right? Your personal development is more important than your nutrition. Zig Ziglar used to say that being broke was a state of account, but being poor was a state of mind. If you want to change your state of account, you have to change your mind. The key to all success in your life is between your ears, right? So it's super important, guys. Make it happen. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just kind of make it happen. For those of you guys who are struggling with this, I could give you 100 books right now, but I'm going to give you one to start with. Start with this one. Have you guys read this? Miracle Morning? You guys heard of this? This is not part of my presentation. I'm just off on a tangent. But look how skinny it is. Look at that. And half of that is like bibliography. It's super skinny. Guys, start with this book. This will change your life. And then after that, you'll be doing it. Okay, so that's a little side. But this is you, right? Struggling, but moving forward, not perfect, but determined. I bet if I had you guys put your hands up, most of you would say, Eric, I'm doing pretty well on this. I'm pretty consistent on this stuff. Maybe it took a little bit of beating on the personal development, but most of the other stuff I'm pretty consistent on. But here's the real checkup from the neck up. Are you as consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent with your relationships? And what I mean by this is, are you as consistent about staying in touch with people as you are about posting on social media? And again, I don't want to make you feel bad if you're not. I'm going to show you how to do it, so it's going to be great. But here's the thing, guys. People won't believe you until they see you. And what do I mean by this? I mean, you've got this amazing social media life. I'm not saying your real life isn't amazing, but I'm saying people see your social media life, right? And it's awesome. Hashtag mom boss, right? This is me at a meeting and it's like your feet in the sand, tan knees, a laptop on your lap. This is my business meeting today, right? Awesome. I worked out and that was my job. You know, I mean, I see the posts are amazing, but then people reading them are like, that looks so great, but she doesn't mean me. I haven't heard from her since high school. That's for her new friends, her new beach buddy friends. Okay, we need to be contacting people so that they believe that we really mean, no, I really do want you to be part of my tribe. Okay? All right. So I've got one more slide. Yeah, I got one more principle, and then I'm going to jump in. So relationship building is a contact sport, and what that means is you need to be in contact with people to be in a relationship. You have to be in contact with people. Okay, and here's your principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, I'm just going to give you guys a quick example of this really quick. I want to see your faces while I do this. Okay, so how many of you guys have ever received a card from somebody and in the card was like a really thoughtful handwritten note in the card just to you? Anyone ever get a card like that? I hope. How many of you guys are married? You better be getting at least a couple of those, right? Or someone's in trouble. Did you throw the card away or do you still have it? You kept it, right? How many of you guys have seen me give this presentation before? Okay, good. A couple. Here's the thing. Okay, so you kept the card. How many of you have a box of these cards somewhere or like a drawer full of them? Yeah. Okay, so now when you get the postcard from the dental office saying that it's happy birthday postcard with like the dog cartoon on it, did you put that in the same drawer, the same box? Did you save that? Or the real estate agent tells you they're listed your neighbor's home and you come see it. Did you keep that? No, of course not. Why is it that a handwritten card means so much to us? Well, it's because somebody actually gave you a piece of their most valuable thing, the thing that's most precious, their time. And we all get the same amount of time. It doesn't matter. You could be a gazillionaire and you still have the same amount of time I have. It's so valuable. And not only that, undivided time, undivided attention. They took their time out to write you that note. And in that time, they weren't looking at Facebook. They weren't out chasing Pokemon with their phone. Like nobody can do that. Nobody can do that. They had to be focused on what they were doing with you. That was time just dedicated to you. And it was so meaningful that when you read that card, you had an emotional response to it. That relationship deepened so much so that you keep it. You keep that card like a badge of honor to that relationship, to that moment in time, especially when it comes from somebody who never gives undivided attention, right? It means so much. Guys, that is how relationships are deepened. It's by investing time. Now, do you need to be writing handwritten notes to everybody all the time? No. However, that is a super, super effective thing to do in your business, and you should incorporate that. Every time you go to Marshall's, you should get one of those packs of beautiful little note cards that they sell for cheap and get them out there. I got one the other day from a consultant that I use in my other business, a handwritten note. How awesome is that? I still have it. People save it forever. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it with messages and things like that, but you need to know it's all about giving people a little bit of your time, and that's so meaningful that it's going to deepen those relationships. All right, hold on a second. While I got you all on my screen, everybody smile. I'm doing a screen grab. All right, great. We'll go back now to Teamzy. Got one more slide. And then, so here's what you guys need. You need a system. You need a system to stay in contact with all your relationships, okay? You need to know when to contact them, know what to say when you contact them, and make sure nobody ever falls through the cracks. So we're gonna highly leverage your time, make you super efficient. You're going to be the most amazing relationship builder in the world. People are gonna be amazed by what you can do in like 3 minutes. Like, wow, she's always giving me time. And people are not gonna fall through the cracks. That means there's no more of this, guys. No more going through your Facebook messages feed trying to remember who to follow up with. I know some of you are guilty of that. That was me. That was me, even knowing this stuff. I was like, please, guys, build me Teamzy so I can stop going through my Facebook feed. All right. So let me jump over to Teamzy now. All right, here's the Teamzy dashboard. First thing I want to tell you guys is if you're not already using Teamzy, you should go to teamzy.com and get a free trial. It's 30 days free. No questions asked, no credit cards, nothing. Go get a free trial and use it for 30 days. I also challenge you, Aimee, you can pick up on this later and take it to the next level with these guys. I challenge you to get a success partner for 30 days. If you don't already have a success partner, pick somebody for 30 days and do it together. Hold each other accountable to using it. And then at the end of each day, or as soon as you get it done, take a screenshot of your completed activities from your dashboard of Teamzy and send it to your success partner every day. If you guys do that for 30 days, your month will be insane. Insane. I got to tell you, last night I was on a team call with Carolyn Maroney. Do you guys know her? Anyone know her? Last month was her free trial. She got 40 SC points and 10 recruited coaches. That's mind-blowing. Isn't it? I'm not saying you're going to do that, but I'm challenging you guys to do it. Why not? She's got 2 arms and 2 legs just like you, right? Okay, so get in there for 30 days and do it, okay? Get a success partner. Now, here's one more little pro tip for you. Getting a 30-day success partner is a great idea because a lot of times you don't end up liking your success partner and you have a way to dump them now after a month. Okay, because you're a success partner that you choose to build your business with long-term, you want to have an amazing synergy with that person. So it's totally cool for you guys to have a date first before you marry. You know what I mean? Okay, bye. That's all I'm going to say on that. So now let me show you how to set this up. When you guys come in to your Teamzy free trial, you're going to be in a setup wizard. It's going to look like this. I'm going to launch it so you can see it. This is designed to make it foolproof for setting up. It's super easy. We're going to do 3 things. We're going to set an income goal. We're going to create a powerful why, and we're going to get all your contacts in. Okay? I'll take you through this really quick. Step one, set an income goal. Just give me a number and go to the next screen. It's not a big deal. This is income 12 months from now. Okay, set a goal. I put 150,000 in, put a number in, whatever you think is realistic, make it like 30% bigger than that. Okay, you gotta stretch, come on. This is not the environment for people who wanna be lazy, I'm just telling you right now. Okay, next. So now it's in the background, it's done some math, and it's telling me that for me to get to my goal, I need to connect with 4,348 people over the next 12 months. All right? So here's my question for you. Do you guys know how to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. Some people are doing their reading. I love it. Okay, so this next page breaks it down. First, it gives me kind of a recipe that Teamzy is recommending between three groups: prospects, customers, and coaches. Okay, like I'm just gonna explain who these are because people actually ask me this all the time. Coaches, that's your team. Customers, those are your customers, okay? Also in this group are the leads that Beachbody gives you because Beachbody calls them your customers. And then prospects is everybody on the planet who's not your customer or coach, right? And I should also add who's not the customer or coach of another Beachbody coach. Okay, everyone's a prospect. Can you think of somebody who couldn't be healthier? Right? No, everyone's a prospect. Okay, great. So I'm glad we defined that group. And the people are like, what's the difference between my coaching prospects and my customer prospects? There's no difference. You don't know what they are when they're a prospect, what they're going to be. Okay, so now it breaks it down monthly, weekly, daily, and it takes that huge number and it says, look, Eric, if you just connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 coaches, and make 3 of those invites and add 3 people to your list every day, you're going to hit your goal. Okay, so that gives me something that I can do. So there's no like, what am I going to do? Oh, I just need to do that every day? Okay, great. You can also change these guys if you need to. Like if you're a brand new coach, you've got nobody on your team, you can make that a 0, whatever, okay? Whatever you set these to, when you hit continue, now my dashboard's configured to those numbers, okay? Now let's talk about finding your why. Next step, finding your why. Okay, this part here, I know there's going to be some of you guys that are like, I don't know what this has to do with setting up my software. Okay, here's one thing I will tell you is that when people do cancel Teamzy, they usually haven't done the finding your why part. Interesting. Why are you a coach? Do you know? Like, why are you a coach? If somebody really asks you, your spouse says, why are you a coach? Why are you a coach? A lot of us don't take time to answer that. We just kind of get going. And here's the thing I'll tell you guys. I'm just going to give you some real talk. 49% of Beachbody coaches quit after the first year, within the first year. 49%. That's almost 1 out of 2. And the reason why people quit, well, it's because people are quitters. Did you guys know that? Myself included, and so are all of you. We're quitters. We've quit most things in our life. Here's the thing, though, guys. If you want to succeed, you have to have a strong reason. You have to have a why that's bigger than the what. I guarantee you will come up against quitting points. Quitting points are those moments where it seems too hard to persist. And that's when we usually would quit. If you have a reason to persist, you will. Having a powerful why is what is 100% the difference between success and failure. How many of you guys want to be successful coaches? Like really want to be? Like you see yourself on stage at Summit, on the Millionaires Club, waving, that whole thing. Great. You need to spend some time thinking about your why. If you haven't yet, it's totally cool. But we built based on a lot of the great trainings that we've had about this, we built in this little journaling exercise right into the app. So I'll take you guys through it real quick. All right. So why'd you become a coach? That's the first question. And you just answer these questions and kind of think on them for a minute and go to the next one. Why'd you become a coach? Great. What'd you hope to accomplish? Answer that. Why is that important to you? Okay, each one brings you a little deeper. Well, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? Okay, and then the last one will ask you, why is that meaningful? How do you feel? How does that make you feel? Okay, and then eventually you're gonna get to where you create your own why statement that's gonna save on your dashboard. Every day when you do your power hour, you read your why. Now, I'm just gonna take you real quick through my process here that I went through when I did this. Just kind of give you an example. Yours is obviously gonna be different. I became a coach because people were asking me what I did to lose the weight. And it was constantly, they were constantly asking me. And I was constantly saying beachbody.com. And then somebody said, did you know they have a network marketing thing where you can refer it to them to a website and get money for it? I said, they do. That's why I became a coach, right? Actually, my wife was like, you're an idiot. You should be getting money for that. Okay. What did I hope to accomplish? I hoped that I could make an extra $500 a month than I was making at my job. Why was that important to me? Well, at that point in my career, we were not saving a dime. We were, by the grace of God, we had held serve for about 5 years through the recession. I was laid off twice, but we hadn't gone into debt, but we also hadn't saved a dime. And so I was like, $500 a month would be huge. I could save it. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? My first thought was maybe down the road, a little ways, I could buy a new house for our family, because we've outgrown the house we're in. So you can see how I went already from just whatever, I should be getting money to this, to something bigger. When I got to the next question, why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? I struggled with this one for a minute. I did. I was like, this is like some weird hippie stuff that I'm doing right now, right? But I will tell you guys, something happened, and I realized I didn't really care about buying a new house. I mean, it'd be nice. I realized the house was symbolic of kind of a deep-seated concern that my family was not healthy. And the life that I was in right now was, I was super stressed about money because I was worried I would lose my job again. Because I had been laid off at the top of my game both times. Like, you're the best, like the best employee evaluations you ever get the day before you get laid off type thing. That was stressful to me. I never saw my kids. They were little kids, and I'd see them 15 minutes before I left for work and 15 minutes, tuck them into bed when I came home and they were asleep. And it was bothering me, okay? And so I wanted a new house because really I wanted a different situation for my family. So my why statement, going through this process to me, you guys, I started with because people are asking me about P90X, and my why turned into this: to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. This became my why. Like, this is the life I wanted. And I saw Beachbody as a way to get me there. Okay. And once I just want you guys to know, when I wrote this for the first time, and you'll see my why statement is your sample text when you're in there. So and a lot of people's is basically mine with a couple words changed, but it's all good. Here's the thing I want you guys to know. I wrote this down, and I immediately started building this shed in my yard. This is the Shafest, the World Shed Quarters, for those of you who don't know about it. And my wife was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm building a shed. I said, it's all the rage on Pinterest, these shed offices. I'm going to build one and build my empire from there. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because I'm going to be out of my job building this business. And I will tell you guys, I wrote this why. I started building the shed, and within 3 months, I was full-time at home with my family. So setting that intention is so huge, not only to take it to the next level, but also so that you don't quit. All right, so I spend enough time on that. Do your why, or don't be surprised when you feel like quitting this business. Does that make sense? And the why will change over time. You can get deeper with it. It's fine. For those of you guys who love to learn, Vito LaFata, who's an amazing coach in Southern California, he did a training. It was a wake-up call. And I believe it was November 2014, called Finding Your Why. And if you listen to that call, you're going to be like, wow, they stole a lot of his content. Hey, it's about sharing the good stuff, right? All right, next. Last thing you're going to do is get everybody in, get all your contacts in. You're going to go to the coach office. You're going to get your coaches imported. Okay. So depending on the size of your team, you may only want to do your personally sponsored coaches. Depends on you. But you're going to get your coaches imported. You're going to get your customers from online office imported. And it's super easy to do. Teamzy's programmed to understand that they're Beachbody exports. So they're going to pop right in. Then we're going to get your Facebook friends put in. This is also really easy. It takes less than 15 minutes to do it. And that's because it takes about 12 minutes for Facebook to respond. I've timed it 100 times. It's like 12 minutes. So you get your Facebook list in. So no more of this going through your messages. You're going to be super organized. Anywhere else you have contacts, you can bring them in as a .csv file. Okay, so you get all your contacts in, and I'll show you how easy this is. Let's go to the next level. Look, I'm going to bring you a Facebook file right now just to show you. I got to just find my desktop here. No, that's not my Facebook. There's my Facebook. Friends, where's my friends list? There it is. Boom. Facebook gives you so much crap when you do your download. You have to know exactly what you're looking for, but that video will show you. Okay, so look, there's my Facebook list. I'm going to continue on, and it's going to start bringing those people in. So guys, while it's bringing those in, I want to tell you what the next thing we're going to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to rank everybody. We're going to give everybody a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star rank, like you do a Yelp or Netflix or whatever. Okay, we rank them so Teamzy knows how to create our Power Hour lists every day. You only have to do this one time. I mean, you're going to change people's ranks as you go, but one time through your list so that you never have to plan your Power Hour ever. How cool is that? How long does it take to figure out who you're going to connect with? You never have to do that again. Okay, but there's an important principle behind this. And I'm going to go through this chart with you guys in a second. Here's the principle. If you don't prioritize your relationships, you can never prioritize your time. If you don't prioritize your relationships, you can never prioritize your time. Because guys, here's the thing. You should be spending the most time with the best people. You should be spending the most time with the best people. The people most likely to move your business forward should get more time. Your best customers should get more time. Your best coaches should get more time. But that doesn't happen if you don't set the priority. What happens is the turkeys in your life and your business steal the time. They steal it. You know what I'm talking about? These are the people that have you talking to the roof of your car as you're driving away from them. Right? This happens all the time. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. It's not supposed to be that way. I ignore the squeaks. I have 3 kids. I can totally ignore any kind of noise. I'm a dad. Moms can't do that as well. But don't you hear them screaming? It's not a pain scream. Right? You know the difference between pain screams and every other kind? That's not a pain scream. Everyone's fine. All right, so my point is, if your priorities are clear, your decisions are easy. So you prioritize your relationships first so that you can spend the most time with the best people. We do this by ranking our relationships in Teamzy. Does that make sense? So here's what's going to happen. It's going to actually, here's what they mean. A 5-star person is someone most likely to become a customer or a coach, right? Or they're an existing customer coach that's a total rock star. These are people you're going to get a reminder to connect with every single month. These are not follow-ups, by the way. We're not going to talk about those for a minute. We're talking about just connecting with people. Now, 4-star, this is somebody that's likely to become a customer or coach with a little bit of nurturing, or they're an existing customer or coach who's just consistent, right? And you're going to connect with them every 60 days. A 3-star person, this is someone who might become a customer or coach in the future. You don't really know. The vast majority of your relationships will be 3 stars. And everybody will start as a 3-star when you import them, okay? You're going to connect with them every 90 days. A 2-star person, they're getting a little colder. Every 4 months you connect. And then 1-stars, they're on your list, but you don't get reminders. They're just kind of there. You kind of keep them in storage. Okay. This system is going to allow you to, in a manageable way, stay in touch with everybody. You don't drop anybody behind this way. At some point, you will connect with everybody. Does that make sense? Okay. So let me go on to the next thing here. So it's going to take you in, when you're done importing, it's going to take you in to your list, your full list on the team page. This is where your full list lives. And it's in rank mode. So I can just go through now. And as I just bang through this, I can actually change people's ranks. Okay, and I just go through it, bang, 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 bang. Now, if you have a lot of people on this list, 2,000 to 3,000 people, and you're totally intimidated by doing it, remember, everyone's already a 3, so you don't have to change everybody's rank. But I always recommend just get a nice big glass of wine, put on some smooth jazz, right? Or if, you can change up the music and the drink if you want. If you want to do the coffee cup with whiskey, like we were talking about earlier, whatever floats your boat. It just might be, by the time you get to the S's, you might be willy-nilly on the rankings, okay? All right, so once you're done with that, guys, you're totally set up and ready to go. Boom, everything's ready. Now you come in and to do your power hour. Now, just picture that you've done the setup. It's like a Monday morning. You turn on your computer or your phone, because you can do this mobile once you have it set up. And you're just like, I'm half asleep and I'm going to do my power hour. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You can destroy a power hour in like 20 minutes without even being awake. You won't even have to have your coffee yet. It's so easy. Let me show you how to do it. So here's my dashboard. Here's my activities I'm supposed to do today. 9 connects with prospects. Apparently I already did one. I don't even remember doing that. Okay, great. 6 connects with customers, 4 coaches, invites, and ads. Okay, so these are the things I'm supposed to be doing today. Also, my daily product stuff. Did you do your work? I did do that. I did do this. Yes, I did do this. And I sorted this. All right. You get me though, right? Okay, great. So those are things I want to do every day. I'm going to check on those. So now I'm going to do my power hour, my prospects. Boom. First person up is Barb Kyle. So I use Facebook almost for everything. I'm obsessed with Facebook. I love it. But however you connect with somebody, it doesn't matter. Instagram, Facebook, text message, phone, whatever. I'm going to use Facebook. So I've got it open right here in a separate tab. I'm going to look up Barb. There she is. Okay. I'm going to send her a message. Okay, okay, good. Boom. Hi, Barb. It's been a while since I checked in with you. How are you? I hope your day was awesome. Okay? Simple message. I'm not overthinking it. I'm not going to read everything on her Facebook page, whatever, at this point. I just want to connect. I hope she sees this and smiles, thinks about me, maybe goes to my Facebook page, reads what I'm up to, maybe even responds, right? But I'm not worried about that right now. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to copy this and just toggle back to Teamzy, okay? I'm going to record it because I want to record that, select my type of connect. That was a Facebook message, and I'm going to log it. Bam. She's gone, off my list. Goodbye. Notice now it says 2 done, and I've got a little bit more blue. I want to turn this whole circle blue. I'm going to go to the next person, Letitia. Okay, there she is, Letitia. Bam. I'm excited. My computer's not going as fast as I want to go. That's my only drawback here. Here we go. Okay, so now check this out. Same message. This is me being efficient, leveraging my time. Change the name, of course. Bam, it's a great message, simple. Copy. Paste that one in. I got 2 done. Now you can see how quickly I could get 9 done, right? Are you guys with me? We'll do one more. Let's do Jill. I just recently, guys, got through my whole list one time. Now, what's amazing about that is, look, Barb's already responding to me. What's amazing about that is that obviously your warmer people, you'll go through a few times before you get through the whole list one time because of the ranks. But so like here, I messaged Jill last October, so it's been almost a year. So now I'm going to send her the same message. Change Letitia out there. All right, now if you guys are on your phone, it's even better because on your phone, the copying and pasting is much faster because you get the whole talk bubble. It's super fast when you toggle back and forth. If you have an iPhone like me, you do like the double tap on the Apple button just to toggle between the apps, between Messenger and this. Okay, so look, we did 3 in like 2 minutes. Actually, it would have been faster if I wasn't talking. And she's off my list. My list moves up, okay? And I don't even really second guess who's on the list. It's gonna literally take a second and very little emotional energy for me to send somebody a message, okay? But here's the thing I will tell you. The response rate, at least for me, has typically been better than 50% on a Facebook message. Direct Facebook message. It's better than 50%. I swear that that's gotta be better than any other form of communication. And so if I'm sending out 9 of these, I'm gonna get 4 or 5 conversations started with prospects every day, which is awesome. Okay, so we're gonna bang through this list, go through all your prospects until it circles solid blue. Go in order, be disciplined. Prospects are the most important. Follow-ups are the most fun. Prospects are the most important. You gotta do those first. And then I'm gonna go to my next list, which is customers. Okay, so this is my customers list. Guys, this is so important. You can do the same thing. You're going to look them up, send them a message. And typically I send a message like this to my customers. Like Jennifer, I would just say, hey, Jennifer, just seeing if there's anything I can do to make your day today. That's like my standard customer message. I don't even mind sending that to them every month or every 2 months because they love getting it. And it has a different answer every time, right? But guys, one of the things I always talk about is you got to be in the make someone's day mindset. You always got to be in the make someone's day mindset. That's the whole point. You're not calling them to sell them a challenge pack. You're connecting with them to make their day. That's it. That's your focus. You guys ever see that movie Hitch with Will Smith? When he's like, I want you to dance like right here. Just keep it right here. Remember that? Do you remember that whole scene? Just keep it right here. Just keep it right here and make someone's day mindset. Just stick it right here. Okay. So you're going to do all your customers. Now, here's something I want to talk to you guys about real quick about customers. So many Beachbody coaches just leave these customers behind. They just leave them behind. And I talk to coaches who have been doing this like 5 years. They've got thousands of people on that list. Do you know that's a gold mine, right? You guys understand that as a gold mine. Okay, so here's a couple things. I want to talk to you guys first about heart. The heart of a coach. Helping somebody, making their life better, improving their life, helping them be healthy. Literally, in some cases, saving people's lives from heart conditions, diabetes, terrible things, right? How many people typically fall off the wagon after 3 or 4 months, would you say? Most, if not all, right? If you're not in touch with your customers, I'm guaranteeing you they're falling off the wagon. So you help them for a minute. Okay? You want to help people? You got to stick with them. You got to stay in touch with them. If somebody does a challenge group with you, they should be doing 4 challenge groups a year after that. If you want to help them stay on track. I always tell them, like, if they're done with it, if they finish the first challenge group and they liked it, I'm like, great, let's schedule, when are you going to do the next, what months will you do the next 4? And no, you don't have to buy a new program. You can keep using that 21-day fix forever, or I'll always tell you what's new, right? But guys, here's another thing. How many of you guys got that email from Beachbody with like, this is how many months you averaged on HD, your customers last year? Did you guys get that email? Were any of you like, woo, that number's awesome? No, none of you were. You're all like, dang, how do I get that number up? Stay in touch with people. Because guys, they're second guessing it. It is a lot of money. I was a Beachbody customer getting Shakeology, and when I was laid off, first thing I did was cancel my Shakeology. Well, that's expensive. I can make it myself. I'm going to go get muscle milk, and I'm going to throw in some ashwagandha powder, and I'm going to get some goji berries. This is what I did. I did it. My wife was like, I swear you spent like $300 on that shake. But I was convinced. I didn't have a coach. I don't even know how I got Shakeology because I didn't know there was such a thing as coaches until I became a coach. So I have no idea how I even got it. It's crazy. But anyways, my point is people need to be in touch with you so that when they're feeling that, they're connected to you. When they're saying, what do you know about this Orgain powder they have at Costco? You can go, well, it's protein, but remember, Shakeology is so much more. Like, you need to be in touch if you want to continue to help them and if you want to keep the business. There's one more reason though why, guys, you need to be in constant contact with your customers. Okay? How many of you guys are done for the month? You're done with your SE points. You're already graduated. You're done. You're just waiting for October to come along. Anyone? No, of course not. And you would never admit it anyways, even if you're at 100 points this month. Here's the thing, guys. If you're looking for somebody that you can get, there's like a couple weeks left in the month, the hottest source for a new lead is your current customer. The hottest source for a new lead is your current customer. There's no hotter source. Guys, there's no social media class that's better than this. There's no website, no capture form, nothing hotter than a current customer. And if you guys will indulge me, I'm going to go off on a tangent real quick. I know I've been talking a long time, but I just got to do this for you guys. Picture it. You've got somebody that right now is using, maybe they're in a challenge group, they're doing Shakeology, and they're getting great results. Does anyone have somebody like that? At least one, right? This person is getting attention everywhere they go. You look amazing. What are you doing? Oh my God. And they're talking about you. They're talking about the challenge group. They're talking about Shakeology. Picture them in the kitchen at the office, and everybody's like crushing a big box of donuts that some vendor brought in. and your customer's over there making her Shakeology in the blender. Man, I need to do that. Well, they're eating their donut. What are you doing? And then at lunchtime, right, you've got I always love this picture of the IT guys with their styrofoam cup full of cup of noodles they got out of the vending machine. It's like death in a cup. And then your customer's got her containers and she's putting it out there and putting this beautiful plate together with her containers. Everybody in that kitchen is talking about you and your program. Why are they not on your team? Where's the disconnect? Seriously, I mean, you guys should be kind of getting pissed off right now just thinking about this. Here's the thing. First, you got to be in contact with those people. Okay? Now, I'm looking at the clock. All right. Nobody's hung up on me yet. I'm going to go through really quick. Get your pens ready. I may be even too fast for you. You may have to rewind this video later. I'm going to teach you guys how to do it real quick. You ready? Okay. Let's see. Who's going to be my guinea pig? Who's right in the middle of my screen? Laura. Is it Laura? Lara or Laura? Is it Lara?
Lara.
Lara. We're going to go full Latino on this. You know I'm Latino. I'm half Puerto Rican. My wife's Mexican, so that makes me
She's Boricua. Hey.
So we're going to say Lara. Okay, so here it is. Boom. You are my guinea pig. I'm going to send you a message, and it's going to be like this. Hey, I just wanted to let you know how proud of you I am. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so amazing. You're sticking to the program. You're getting great results. And my favorite part is that you are helping other people in the group. So thank you for that. Right? I'm going to send her a message telling her how proud of her I am. And she's going to say, thanks, it's been great. I'm loving it. You know, whatever. Right? Because I already know. I've already picked her. I know she's enthusiastic. And now I'm going to say, and I also just wanted to say, thank you for choosing me to be your coach. I really appreciate your trust, and I'm honored to be part of your journey. Here's the thing. You don't have to say that. I just feel strongly that you should always thank people for that. It really helps your relationship. So I'm proud of you. Thank you for choosing me. Thanks for being my customer. The next thing I'm going to say, you know, and she's going to go, oh yeah, you're great, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm going to tell her, you know, I just want to let you know, Lada, that it's been so much fun for me to watch you grow. And I want you to know I have a heart to help others. And I would be honored to help your friends and family the same way. And she's going to say, oh yeah, absolutely. I'll refer everybody to you. I already tell everybody about you, which is great. And I believe her. You know what? Because I already know that conversation's happening everywhere she goes. Because look at her. She's looking amazing, right? But I'm not getting any of those people. So there's still a disconnect. So asking for the referral is not enough. When you have people telling you about asking for referrals, it's not enough. You need to go one step further. So here's what I'm going to say. Oh, thank you so much, Lada. I appreciate that support. You know, we've got a new challenge group starting a week from next Thursday. Can you think of anybody who might be interested? So now I've kind of put her on the spot and asked her to think of somebody. She's already told me that she's excited to tell other people about me. So now I'm just asking her, can you think of anybody? Now, I will tell you that in my experience, 100% of the time, somebody comes up with one to three names. Remember, I'm not asking people who don't like the program. I'm asking the people who are getting results. Okay? She's going to say, oh yeah, I got a couple friends who might be, and I say, great. Would you do me a favor? Now, this is the key. You got to get the introduction. Would you do me a favor and introduce them to me? And just whatever's easiest, just like a group Facebook message or a group text, whatever's easiest. You can even CC me on an email. Just introduce me to them, and then I'll get them the information on the group. They can take it or leave it. Okay, so that's how you do it, guys. That's the process of the conversation. When she introduces you to those people, you have won the lottery. A, they might actually be interested because she may have already talked to them. But now you have them. You put them in Teamzy. You reach out to them. You measure their motivation. If they're ready, great. If they're not, they're in your Teamzy churn. You're going to continually connect with them. Now, here's one more thing on this. When her friends are interested, and a lot of times they will be, now I'm going to go back. What am I going to do with Lada? Thank you so much for referring your friends to me. Have you ever thought about being a coach? I mean, you've already basically recruited 3 people. They're all interested. So we can just set them up under you right now and launch your business. Okay, so duplicating your current customers not only gets you new business, it also builds coaches quicker than anything. It plants the seed quicker than anything is, you know, when they're giving you names just because they want to refer you, and then you're like, wait, those could be your people. It's like, oh, wait. Okay, so I'm sorry I went off on the tangent. Was that worth a couple minutes? Okay, good. Because look, I hope you get the point of that. Connect with your freaking customers. That's the point. Last is your coaches. The last group are coaches. Same thing, just reaching out. Hey girl, how you doing? How can I help you today? Is there anything I can do for you today? Just checking in. How are you? This means the world to people, guys. So many coaches don't do it. Being on a Facebook group is not the same thing. Being on a Zoom call is not the same as having a one-on-one relationship. Coaches leave, remember, 1 out of 2, for the same reasons that people quit being a Shakeology customer. It's lack of communication. It's the communication vacuum. Okay, just say hi, stay connected. All right, so prospects, customers, coaches. When all these circles are solid, you've now done all your prospecting. Now we go to the 4th tab, which is follow-ups. Follow-ups. Okay, so let me show you guys how this works, okay? Let's see, who did we connect with earlier today? We talked to, I remembered we messaged Letitia, so let me use her as an example. So in my example, Letitia responds to me and we have a great conversation. I get caught up on her. She has a little baby. We find out about what's going on with him. I tell her that, you know, my wife and I are pregnant again. Apparently we're incredibly fertile. It's all at Shakeology. Whatever, we get caught up. And she's like, you know what, I really want to get to the next level physically. You know, what do you recommend? And we start talking. So that conversation now, that little message I sent now has led to a conversation where we formed each other, we've connected, and now we're at a point where she's interested in maybe getting involved with a program. Okay, so here's how this works in Teamzy. First of all, when I'm talking to her, I'll usually get her on the phone at some point so I can really get her goals. And I'll tell her, okay, here's what I'm going to do, Letitia. I'm going to send you an email right now, and it's going to have all the info on the upcoming challenge group, and it will have the link that you need to order your challenge pack. Okay, I'll check in with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. She goes, okay, great, thanks, Eric. So now what I do is I'm going to come back to Teamzy after I have that conversation. I'm going to look her up in the bar at the top. Okay, and you just have to type a few letters to get her name. There she is. That brings me back to her contact record. Okay, now once I'm here, if I go to activity feed right here, I can see, here's our messages, right? So now I can actually go to that message I sent her earlier. I can click edit and paste the whole conversation into the record. But even more important than that, and you can see I don't even do that a lot of times because I'm like more about moving next forward, but I want to log the invite. So I'm going to connect again. And let's say we talked about 21-day fix. This was an email. I'm emailing the invite. And then see right here it says invite. I'm going to click that. So now it's not just a connect like, hey, how are you? This is an invite that I'm logging. And I'm going to select the type that was a challenge group. You with me? Now, I don't want to log it because she's a 3, which means, and it's on default, which means I won't connect again for 3 months. When did I tell her I'd connect again? Tomorrow. So I need to set the follow-up for tomorrow. Now, guys, this is how you get people on your follow-up list. So now I've set the follow-up for tomorrow, and I'm going to log it. That logs my invite. And now look, see there's a follow-up set for tomorrow. Now, when I go back to my dashboard tomorrow and I go through my prospects, my customers, my coaches, when I get to my follow-up list, there she is. See her right there? I can't forget her. So now, here's the thing. Now you know how to set the follow-up. And this is how you create your follow-up list. So these are people you're connecting with. And then when there's interest, you put them on your follow-ups list. Okay? But guys, I just want to talk to you about this for a second. Because do you guys know, this is the most important thing I'm showing you tonight. Did you know that 80% of all sales are made between the 7th and 10th follow-up? Have you guys heard that before? 80% of all sales are made between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. How many of you guys follow up 10 times on an invite? Anyone? Okay. Don't feel bad. It's okay. That's why we're having this class tonight together. But let me ask you, why not? Is it because you don't have a system, so you just don't, it's hard to keep track of people that long? That could be part of it, right? Or is it because you feel like you're totally nagging people? Is that what it is? Okay. I'm going to teach you how to do it without nagging them. You ready? But first, I want to give you a principle. And some of you guys have so hardwired yourself against this principle that you need to write it down and tape it to your computer screen until you can train your subconscious mind to believe it. But here's the principle. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Next year at Summit, I'm going to have t-shirts that say that. You guys can all get one. Following up is an act of love. That might be better than hashtag Power Hour Boss. But guys, it is. It is. You talk to some, in my example, I'm talking to Letitia. We're getting caught up, right? She's so excited about being a mom, but now she wants to get her body back. And I have a way for her to do it. She's excited. And guess what? What am I not going to follow up now because she's ignoring my messages? So I care about helping her and then I don't? Right? Here's the thing. People are going to run from this purchase because they don't want to change. They do. They're excited, but they don't. Their subconscious mind is running the show. It's up to you, the coach, to bring them to the next level. It's your job to coach them through the purchase. The following up is your act of love. Okay, so how do we set the tone for that? I'm going to give you the words I use. You can use these verbatim if you want. Okay? Here's what I'm going to say to her. I'll write it in here. Of course, I'm going to send it to her on Facebook, but I'm going to write it here because I'm not actually following up with her. That's it. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Guys, two things happened. One is I told her I'd follow up tomorrow, and I actually did. Okay? I just put a deposit in her trust account. I did more than 90% of the people in the world would do it. I actually followed through on my word. The other thing is when I use the words like I promised I would, it starts to communicate my approach, which is that following up is an act of love. This was a promise that I made you. Now, you may have thought it was a casual conversation. I'm going to follow up or whatever. I'm after the $20 commission, $40 commission, which I could care less about the $40 commission. No, I care about you. I promised you I would follow up, and I'm doing it. You see how the tone is set? Now, guys, every time you check in, it's positive. It's about them. It's about your care for them. Okay? So you're going to log this. Make sure you set the next follow-up tomorrow again. I highly recommend you follow up 4 straight days in a row after sending an invite. Now, are we doing cold invites and following up 4 days in a row? No, you're not going to have any friends. Just saying. I'm not a big fan of the cold invite, but I'm a fan of unless it's a value invite, unless you're inviting them to something of value. Okay. So she's back on my list. The next day, when I come back to the list, I'm going to connect with her again. Hey, Letitia, just checking in, making sure you got my email. Do you have any questions for me? Send. Set the next follow-up. Third day. Hey, it's me again. Really excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. Set the next follow-up for tomorrow. Send. I do not expect her to respond to me the first week. It's very rare. Because she's back in her life and she's back going, okay, and she sees my message, oh yeah, I need to, right? And she justifies why she doesn't. Here's the thing that will happen, you guys. Now after about 4 days, maybe I'll set these follow-ups to like 2 days, so they're not every day. You just kind of go with your gut on that. But here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Excuse me a second. Fighting the cold. You're going to get a response like this after 5 or 6 follow-ups. Oh my gosh, you are so amazing. Thank you for being so awesome. Thank you for following up with me. And first of all, that's the last thing you expected because you thought you were nagging. People will always thank you. You'll always get thank yous for it. The other thing is they will refer you to other people and tell and brag about how you followed up. Your follow-up is going to become a calling card. It's huge. It's where all of the treasure in your business is. Okay? And the cool thing is if I can follow up with Letitia 10 times over like a 6-week period and she never responds, I just put her back in default because guess what? I'll just put her back on my list. 3 months from now, she's going to pop up on my dashboard and I'm going to go, hey, Letitia, how's everything going? How are you? I won't have to say a word. She's going to be like, oh, so great to hear from you. I really need to do something, right? She's going to bring it up and try to get back on track. So I can't even tell you guys, in my experience, how many people it has been maybe like 9 to 16 months before they actually then they end up becoming a business building coach. Don't let anybody fall behind. Keep following up with people. Keep sticking with them. That's my best advice for you. Okay, so I talked a long time. My wife's probably wondering if I locked myself in the shed. But do you guys have questions? I want to answer any questions you guys have. I know there was a couple that Aimee sent me ahead of time that I can answer too. But any questions that you guys have that came up? I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the chat too.
I had a quick question. I'll go first.
Yes.
When you import your Facebook contacts, is there a way to sort out the bazillions of Beachbody coaches, or you just go through them one by one? Because you obviously don't want to prospect Beachbody coaches.
There's no way to sort them out. But when you're going through your list, there's a little trash can. You can just dump people as you're going through your list. It's actually going to be a lot faster to sort them in Teamzy than it would be anywhere else.
Okay.
But because you will find people that you want to stay in touch with.
Right.
And you can set them as fellow team coach, which means it takes them out of your account. But there's people that you want to connect with as mentors, as synergy partners, or just as friends, because your favorite people in the world are Beachbody coaches after you've done this a little while.
Right.
And so you want to keep them. So yeah, so there's your thing. But as you're going through your list, you can just trash can people that you don't want on your list.
Okay, cool. That was mine. There's a bunch coming in the chat. Can you see the chat?
Okay, I'm going to go through it real quick. SC32. Gianna? Where are you? Raise your hand. Awesome. That's awesome. By the way, 32 is my lucky number because I grew up totally obsessed with Magic Johnson. That's his jersey number. I still am kind of. He's awesome. This is good. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Vita Lafada. You spelled it right. Vita Lafada. Oh yeah, I think Amy's right. I think there's a space. Yep. He's awesome. You can't change the frequency, Francine asked. Of rankings? No, not yet. It's been requested. Maybe at some point you'll be able to do it. Right now you can't do it. If you want to talk to somebody more often though, just put them on your follow-ups. Oh, you already found it? Dude, you guys are good. I love that. Awesome. Okay, great. You guys can ask me questions while I'm doing this. It's totally fine. When searching on Facebook, can we copy the prospect name from Teamzy, paste it in the Facebook search bar? Yeah, absolutely. You could do that. Sure. I never thought of that. I'm going to try that tomorrow. What is the cost after the trial period? Okay, great question. The cost after the trial period is $29.99 a month. So it's less than the commission on one Shakeology sale. Okay, you get it free for a month. If you use it, you will generate many more than one, and one of those will pay for it. Okay. After we import our initial list from Facebook and Coach Online Office is a way to import just the additions. Yeah, if you redo those imports at a later time, it will only import the additions, not the people you originally imported. It won't duplicate them. Okay. You cannot synchronize people with Facebook with Teamzy, but it's really easy to add new people. Okay, let me just show you real quick. So if you get a new friend on Facebook, you click this add contact, and you also have this on your phone. Okay, so if you're talking to people, I hate autocorrect sometimes. Okay, did I spell it right? See how fast that was? Now I can change her rank. I can tag her. I have certain tags that I use all the time, right? So I'm going to tag her as Teamzy. Boom. I'm going to move her over to my coach list. I'm going to put her as fellow team coach. You guys just made me honorary team member. And then I'm going to set a follow-up for tomorrow whenever I get a new person. Okay, so it takes me a second to add somebody. So if I made 5 Facebook friends today, I'm going to add them. Now, the reason why I like to do them like that is because, look, you get credit on your dashboard for adding people to your list every day. So it's something that it makes you do. When you're all done with your power hour and you see that big 0, you're like, oh man, I need to go meet some people. So it'll get you into Facebook groups and things like that, sending friend requests, okay? It's really important. Now, if you guys get way behind, a couple things that I occasionally will do is I'll go to my Facebook page, to my recently added friends, and make sure I got everybody in there. You can also do a whole nother Facebook import every few months if you fall behind, and it'll bring all those extras in. Does that make sense? Okay. What other questions do you guys have? Meaningful tags, Nadine, meaningful tags. Well, I don't know. Here's the thing, like the tags have to make sense. Like I always tag people based on where I communicate with them. So if I communicate with them via Instagram, I tag them as Instagram. If it's Facebook, I tag them as Facebook. If it's text, so that if I go quick, I usually am on Facebook, but if I go quick and we're not Facebook friends, I'm like, oh, I'm going to hit their details and be like, oh, they're a LinkedIn Connect. Does that make sense? So that's one thing that I use it for. The other thing is you want to use tags for things like, all the different things you want to market to. Like one great way to use a tag is to tag everybody that's in a challenge group. That way you can go to just that challenge group and see everybody that's in it, and you can message those people. Okay, or tag people based on products that they purchase, so that when Autumn Calabrese has another new training program, you can go to all the people that were fans of her past programs and let them know, stuff like that. So again, before you get too crazy about thinking about how to use tags, first master using the dashboard, master connecting with prospects, customers, coaches, master that first. That's more important than anything. And then when you've got that down and it's like you're on day 7 days in a row of doing your power, it's more like a half hour. And then go, well, how can I use these tags? Okay, you guys with me on that? Don't get too distracted. Can you export Instagram friends? No, you can't export Instagram friends because Instagram doesn't let you do that. But what you can do is, if in your life or your family, you've got an idle teenager, you can have them go make your list for you. Okay, and then you put it in a spreadsheet and you turn it into a CSV and then put it right in. And you can tag them as Instagram on the way in. Okay? It seems like we all have one of those in our life, right? Cousin, kid, whatever. Same thing for Facebook like page. You can't export those from Facebook like page, but you can gather the list same way. Make sense? Can you export from Teamzy to an Excel? Yes. Yeah. All right, so I'll show you how to do that real quick. So when you go to Team, go to Import, and you can do an export. And then when you click that, it creates like a big spreadsheet of everything. Okay. All right, now I only showed you guys parts of it, pieces of it, but hopefully it's enough to get you excited. I showed you the important stuff, the stuff you need to really create some momentum, okay? So get your free trials, get your success partners, and go rock this month, okay? I love hearing from you. You can send me messages. First of all, like 32 points, 32 successful points. That's so awesome. How many of you guys want that this month? Yeah. Not only is that awesome, how many people is that? 17 people? Is my math right? 16 people? Is it 16 people? That's amazing. I love that. Okay, anyways. All right, anything else in here? Okay, great. Guys, you guys are so quiet because I went to reading. See what happens? I know based on me saying that I'm half Puerto Rican that I've got Latinas on here, and so being quiet is not normal, but that's okay. Thank you guys so much for having me. It was fun. I had a good time with you guys. I hope you don't mind me going a little bit over on time. I hope you guys will use it. Really use it. Help a lot of people with it. If you have any questions, click on the help button inside Teamzy. But thanks for having me. Have an awesome night.
Thank you so much, Eric. Have a good night, everybody. That was